So I'm going to be discussing as part of group 2 as to why Rome was its most powerful during its empire phase. So the big theme that I'm going to be focusing on is land size. We're going to be talking about expansion, conquests, and overall how much territory the Roman Empire had occupied and why that makes them their most powerful at the empire phase. So starting in 27 CE, Augustus had taken power and he had become the first emperor, and that's the turning point in what modern historians refer to as when Rome switched from a republic to an empire. And it's clear that at this point, Rome had made a trade-off between switching from a senatorial system where the power comes from senators and a more decentralized form to a very centralized imperial state of government. And it was at this point that Rome began its upward trend to become a great empire and, quite frankly, probably the greatest empire of all of human history. And in order to do that, you need the space to be able to provide that. So we're going to be talking about land size. So starting off, you can go on all day about how great emperors like Augustus, Claudius, and the 5 good emperors that succeeded them were experts in their political, economic, cultural, and public works projects. But for now, we're just going to be focusing on land size and the extension of Roman borders. So in roughly 9 CE, Rome had extended to the point of conquering northbound past the Rhineland in modern-day Germany and onto the Danube River in the modern-day Czech Republic. So this was an incredible feat at the time because they had extended so far north as to pushing all the way up to modern-day Denmark before receding back to the Rhine River, but still occupying incredibly large swaths of land, conquering dozens of Germanic tribes along the way. And in 68 CE, much of the large portions of England had been conquered following the crushing of Boudicca's rebellion, where at points the Roman army had found themselves backed up against the wall in a narrow pass, far outnumbered by Celtish warriors. So to the east, in 73 CE, a lot of large parts of modern-day Syria and Israel were conquered in the Jewish wars, which the Roman legions had to put down rebellions in Judea, and most notably in the extremely brilliant tactical siege of Jerusalem, which was an incredible display of military genius by Vespasian and Titus, where they had besieged a city that was almost notorious for being unconquerable. Atop this, the Roman Empire in 116 CE had also conquered large swaths to the east. Following the collapse of the Parthian Empire, by this point, the Roman Empire had extended far into Dacia and into conquering Armenia and using that as a buffer state to prevent further border contests or inquisitions from outside powers. Also, by this point, large portions of Mesopotamia and what is now the Arab world had been conquered as far as extending to the Persian Gulf. And it cannot be understated how important this expansion was to the Roman Empire in consolidating its strength and becoming the best part of Roman history. Many important areas of the ancient world were held firmly under their grasp, and one of such regions was the Egyptian Nile, which was, during the time of the ancient world, by far the wealthiest portion of the world. They produced grain that was able to feed almost the entirety of the Roman Empire just solely from one small river delta. And so this was what helped Rome solidify its position as the de facto player in the ancient world. They set up a hegemony that was almost uncontested for hundreds of years, and that was what helped set up the empire as becoming the strongest portion of Roman history. Coming with all this expansion was also for the allowing of the Roman Empire to reach its peak landmass in 117 CE, where Rome had occupied very large swaths of land as far west as Spain, as far north as England, as far south as the Egyptian Nile, and as far east as the Caspian Sea and the Persian Gulf, where modern-day Iraq and Syria sit. And just for context, no other empire around that time had ever came close to that peak landmass, and that is an incredible feat, which the importance of it cannot be underscored. And this was all done while Rome had switched to an imperial system of governance, ditching their senatorial system. The Senate still had power, but most of the power was derived from empire. And so it can be seen that during this time, in the entirety of the history of Rome, the peak strength was during the days of the empire, as the Romans derived all their power from a central unit that allowed for great conquest and expansion, and also set the foundations for great political, social, economic, and public works achievements like Hadrian's Wall, the 4 great aqueducts of Rome, and numerous other achievements that were unprecedented in world history at that time, and helped set the foundation for modern Western culture. Thank you.